G'day, Burke here. It's Horde Night, and hopefully this is going to be the last episode in the series. I basically just wanted to come up here and quickly show you, like I just sort of had to fix up all the little holes and bits and pieces that the zombies have done over the various Horde Nights since this series started up. And I've gotten rid of all the spikes, as you can see around here, and the ladders. I noticed when I came up after the last Horde Night, it was very full with the zombies and things all stuck up on the spikes, and they were all dead. So I think that might have been what the problem was. I may actually quickly before this starts, I might just go in and quickly turn up the amount of zombies coming in, just to see if that helps get some more coming down in. Turn on the light there. So as you can see, this is quite a way down, and I'm actually really looking forward to starting the next playthrough. I made quite a lot of mistakes with this one, but that's because with the last playthrough I did, I'd done that building many times and I knew what I was doing, and I had no trouble at all. But with this one here, I've never done this before, and so I encountered a few problems along the way that I tried to solve. So hopefully the next one, it should run nice and smoothly. Now I know what I'm doing. I'm just going to quickly make a cut here. I'm going to go and crank up the number of zombies, I think, just to make sure that plenty fall in. Okay, so we've got about an hour to go, and I just cranked the zombie count up to 16 for the Horde Night on screen at one time. So hopefully that'll get a few more falling down into the pit, as we are quite a long way down. I've finished up all the concrete along the sides there. There's no more rebar there, and as you can see, I've converted most of it to steel. Those ones underneath aren't really that big a deal, especially not this early on anyway. And this is something that I've been forced to do and didn't want to do, is the underground base here. The only real benefit that I'm actually thoroughly enjoying from having this deep is that I don't have any screamers bothering me. They're definitely more annoying than anything else. Like I wouldn't rate them as something that sort of makes the game more challenging. It just sort of makes it more annoying, to my mind anyway. So having this down here has definitely helped with that. I haven't had to worry about any of them, but I want to do an above ground base, and it's what I wanted to do when I started the series. Unfortunately, I didn't plan things out properly, and so I was unable to maintain that base above ground. I'm not sure why, but it just collapsed about 8 days after I built it, and only on one side. Not sure, like I sort of thought maybe it was because of what I'm doing down here, but this is uniform, it's equal on all sides. I didn't start this bit over here until after the base had fallen down, so it can't be because of that. So this is uniform on all sides, but only one corner fell down, and it fell down a good 5-10 minutes after I was mucking around up there, so I'm not sure what caused that. Yeah, I've got no way of knowing. Like I said, if it was from digging out around here, I would expect all four corners to have an impact rather than just one. But anyway, I've learned my lesson, so I won't be doing that next time round. I'm going to build my main base away from my Horde Night base, so yeah, that should sort that one out, hopefully. And we're about to start in another couple of minutes. So I'm really looking forward to the next playthrough. I'm thinking maybe having it maybe 40 blocks down or something like that might be a bit better than, like I'm nearly 100 blocks down now. And that might be a little bit excessive. Like the pit will probably perform just as well being 40 or 50 blocks down rather than 100. So if I just walk around, this was sort of like Grand Spartan's method for getting them to fall in the hole, was just to walk around in circles. So hopefully they aren't all just milling around on the top there. They should be, yeah, I think, yeah, beautiful. Nice. Can't reach him from there. Exactly what I was after. And another zombie had fallen down there, I saw him. I think they're so far, I think they're so far down that some of them, this weaker zombies, are actually disintegrating before they get here. So maybe, yeah, that's the one that fell down, I think, before. So maybe going 30 or 40 blocks down might be a good idea. Another one down. And it looks like cranking up the zombie count's definitely a good idea. It seems to be helping. You see, these things are dead on impact, the lesser zombies. Like that, to see that, there's they're not even coming down as the body, they're just completely disintegrated. But this is definitely much better. I'm happy with this. Like it's less than you'd be experiencing if you're up on top. But it's still a lot better than it was the last horde night. We'll just keep moving along here. So it's definitely a much slower way of dealing with things, I think. But it's still not a bad idea. I think if I'm a little bit higher up and I crank the blood moon count all the way up, we should be alright. But we're getting a fairly steady flow of bodies. Oh, there's another one down. It's sort of almost the perfect amount to just search them and loot them, cut them up, and I'm not sort of being rushed off my feet here. But I think having it a little bit further up might make it a bit easier. And I wonder if doing a ramp, you know, the ramp blocks on the edges might make it easier to get them to come in. I didn't expect a spider zombie to fall all the way down. Would have thought that would have been one of the few ones that would actually make it all the way down. So this is working out pretty well. I'm quite happy with this. Like I said, it's a bit slower than definitely a bit slower than I was hoping for, but I think maybe cranking the zombie count up even higher still might help solve that. When I go up in the morning, there should be a fair amount to deal with, I'd say. Yeah, this is probably still a little bit slower than than what I'd like to experience. I do want to perfect this. There must be a better way to get a decent horde knight down here without it being dead slow like this. But I'm still confident that I can get this to work. Yeah, this is still a lot less, I don't know if I'd still be calling this one a success actually. It was at the start of the night. You know, when those first few zombies fell down, I thought, oh, we're good. There's going to be a steady flow all night, but for whatever reason, it just stopped. And they stopped coming in. And I'll pop up and just have a look and see. It would be nice if we could see what the problem is. Oh, he's about to blow. Yeah, so the distance is definitely, so that's the cops, that's exactly what I was talking about there. They took a lot more damage than I thought they would. I think I can say quite safely that maybe I am down too deep. I think halving the distance might be the go, because that cop fell down and exploded straight away. I didn't even have a chance to shoot him or do anything else to him. Lesser zombies should be getting taken out fairly easily. Like, you should only need to hit them once, if that. I understand with the cops and irradiated zombies it might take a little bit more, but they should still be able to be dealt with fairly easily. Like, I don't want those cops to fall in and then be blowing up straight away. So you can hear there's going to be should be a bit of a mess up here. Could be a bit of trouble. I probably should have brought some beer with me. Actually, there's a lot less zombies than I was expecting. Where are the rest of them? There should be 16 odd. I think that they might be spawning. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's good. Well, I'm glad I caught this on camera, because GZOK's loud. So as you can see, they've spent all night digging their way in, and this is why no zombies were falling down. Now, to be fair, I don't know how this happened. They shouldn't have been able to dig their way down like this. Just want to get rid of this last zombie. So this is why none of them were falling into the pit. They managed to dig, and I don't know how that happened, because this was level ground. They should have run up here and run straight into the hole. Like, that was the whole purpose of this pit design. So I don't know how that happened. I might have to take that into account when I do the next design, to make sure that there's no edges where they can get caught and dig themselves down like they have here. Yeah, this shouldn't have happened. But on the plus side, I'm pretty stoked because it means that the pit didn't fail because it was too deep. It failed because the zombies managed to get caught up on something that they shouldn't have. So you see these ramps here. You can't get caught on them, so I don't know how the hell they ended up digging their way down there unless one zombie got caught here and dug a hole one block down, and then they all got caught up on that. It's a little bit strange. It could even be, yeah, no, that doesn't really, still doesn't make sense, but whatever, we know it works. So I'm going to start a new series up, and we're going to do this pit again, and hopefully we're going to do it without these irritating little quirks that seem to be popping up. So I'm going to do my best to plug these sorts of holes so that this doesn't happen, and I can have a nice interesting horde night with lots of bodies coming down. So I'll see you guys in the new series. This is Burke, signing out.